begin today. Zhao Lusi and Wang Anai's covered up God was recorded in a low-level setting, and netizens fervently examined that the male lead is unseemly. On December 4th, 2 dramatizations that stood out were recorded in Hengdian without a moment's delay. Is today a promising day for the zodiac? One is Guo Jingming's work The Plume of the Cloud featuring Yu Shuxin and Zhang Ling, and the other is the old ensemble fantasy show The Secret God featuring Zhao Lusi and Wang Anai. Both are post-95 featuring Hua, which makes individuals anticipate it. Particularly The Secret God, where the male hero took off and made a great deal of clamor. Netizens uncovered Hengdian looking over data, affirming that the send-off will be calm today, and it is said that it will be made up after the service. It appears to be that Wang Anai plays taken up the part of the male lead. Truth be told, everybody is still somewhat disappointed with the substitution of the male lead, however Jing Boren truly took off. It must be expressed that there is no distinction starting with one unsatisfactory competitor then onto the next inadmissible applicant. Also, netizens believe that Wang Anai's picture isn't reasonable for antiquated outfits, however more appropriate for current ensembles. Take the screen captures of old ensembles for instance, the picture is extremely straightforward and genuine, and the demeanor isn't great. Furthermore, the legend of the secret god is the child of a genuine god whose heavenly power has been fixed, so it would be a piece against congruity to assume the part of a divine being at the same time. Notwithstanding the featuring job, the cast additionally incorporates Li Yunru, Yang Emergency Room, Dai Luwa, and so on. Created by Zixi Pictures, the shooting cycle is 120 days, the maker Yang Xiaopei, and the Penguin broadcast, this setup is all old associates. Unintentionally, the 2 models that were sent off today are still Wang Wei, and this time I desire to make individuals' eyes sparkle. All things considered, Wang Wei's past works of giving divine beings are as yet striking in his memory. Shen Yan recounts the narrative of Gujin, the child of the genuine god whose heavenly power has been fixed, Yuan Qi in the past everlasting Zhu Chen, and the helpful and moderate New Age Feng Wang Feng Yan met unintentionally, and left on an excursion to track down Feng Yan's undying Yuan Street. A short time later, joined by companions, for example, the water condensate monster Ian, the devil fox Hong Gai, and the hawk princess Yan Chuang, they gathered Fenggang Xianuan as far as possible. Subsequent to going through numerous risks and snags, the antagonist Kinglin and his subordinates have more than once crushed the obstructions, assisting Fenggang and Nifan with returning, harvesting love, kinship, family, keeping up with world harmony, and a persuasive story of bearing the exemplary nature of the commoners. Zhao Lusi's job this time is viewed as a sweet young lady, however she was extremely frail in the beginning phase, and she was a piece senseless and sweet. The male lead was horrible in the beginning phase, he was a man, and 80% of the courageous woman's enduring was because of him. As per the setting, the male hero and the female hero are the replacements of the divine beings, and the male hero is a skeptical person who doesn't contemplate progress. Might it at any point be changed to the fantasy form of Meteor Nursery? All things considered, timeless Zhu Chen was chastened wretchedly previously. The genuine god's its idol, however, is just answerable for dating, and it isn't fitting to act that affection is a higher priority than all the other things. No big surprise netizens are not hopeful. This original variation is reasonable for landing, and it is more appropriate for the human world. It is truly not appropriate for the paradise, and the 2 driving entertainers are significantly more inadmissible. Yet, for Wang Anai, God's covered up as a decent cake, Penguin S plus old mannequin, his traffic isn't up at this point. I couldn't say whether with you on the left shoulder shot with Fan Cheng will be communicated. If the secret god detonates that he has a name, he will taunt Zhao Lusi. What is your take on this? 02. First accomplice. It is reputed that Zhu Jinggai and Chang Yi featured in Legends, the remark region is loaded with assumptions. On December 4th, some netizens let it be known that the featuring job of the television series Legends has been affirmed. This setup this time is to be sure novel, Zhu Jinggai and Chang Yi have never cooperated. Both of them go about as a couple together, which is very energizing. All things considered, the ensembles of the 2 are still out of the circle. They featured in the transformation of the book Legends interestingly together. The fans can feel their hearts broken on the screen. The writer is one of the screenwriters, so the level of reclamation can in any case be ensured. Besides, Chang Yi and Zhu Jinggai are famous entertainers, they actually appear to have a feeling of CP. We're only sitting tight for an authority announcement. Chang Yi hasn't heard much since the transmission of Agar would like chips and main concern, yet there are a considerable amount of them in stock. For instance, the south wind knows my signifying, lotus pinnacle, profound plunge to break the riddle, and so on. There are current hand-to-hand fighting in old outfits. Since I have acknowledged legends, I'm very propelled. This is likewise a combative techniques show with a great deal of battling scenes, and the first work is likewise generally concerned and cherished by everybody. It is assessed that there will be no mystical changes, in light of the fact that the creator will likewise partake in it. This transformation of legends was initially a traditional novel that fictionalizes the historical backdrop of the Ming line in China. It gets the foundation of Ming Yanzhuang's thoughtful stronghold and utilizations the reclamation as the stage to portray the shared tumult among legends and the times, resistance and rebellion, treachery and affliction. In the book, nobody can be a legend. Merchants, conventional individuals, prostitutes and princesses, bums and rulers can all be legends. Sun Xiao developed the essence of a legend endlessly time once more, and destroyed the picture of a legend endlessly time once more. Thinking back and grinning toward the stopping point is the solace and changes in Sun Xiao's works. It is astonishing that Zhu Jingyi took on combative techniques shows, the greater part of which are fantasies, old ensembles, and so forth. Battling scenes are unavoidable in combative techniques dramatizations. Zhu Jingyi won't utilize a two-fold around then, she looks extremely feeble all things considered. Some time prior, I visit her featured in Dayan Club's film Guo Degan's work Fenmo Jianghu, and presently I'm taking on hand-to-hand fighting shows, and it appears to be that I am gradually difficult various jobs. Likewise, she has a considerable amount of stock, principally Xiangxia dramatizations. One is Who Wrong with one individual playing a triangle, and the other is Legend of Sword and Sword IV, which is loaded with contention. The looks are gorgeous, and Reuters is additionally out of the circle. I trust this time Legends will likewise show you an alternate show. Could it be said that you are anticipating the sets of pristine CPs? It is supposed on the web that Chen Yuki has turned into the fourth female in Chang Yu's next show. Asset debasement is excessively self-evident. During this time frame, a few well-known performers in media outlets are generally famous, yet in addition have serious areas of strength for and of impressive skill. Their works have been communicated in a steady progression, and entertainers have likewise joined the gathering to shoot new shows. This year, Chang Yu's works have been communicated well overall. Indeed, and through the characters, they keep on drawing in fans. After every show is communicated, the correlation of Chang Yu's dynamic information when is impossible to miss, and the viable transmission of dramatizations has truly been understood. Some time prior, Lotus House featuring Chang Yu was authoritatively reported to be finished. After the arrival of the finale Extraordinary, the quantity of perspectives before long surpassed 10 million. As of late, there was news on the web that new assets have reached him, and it will be affirmed soon. Legends adjusted from the novel of a similar name is going to be shot. Chang Yu has showed up in various kinds of ensemble dramatizations as of late, and his acting abilities have likewise been attested by general society. Numerous chiefs who have worked with him talk exceptionally of him, including the head of Agarwood like Chips, who teamed up with him on Lotus House, yet additionally when his different works were communicated, the chief will likewise step up and advance him. As to show, the decision of entertainer has caused discussion among netizens. It is accounted for that Chen Yuki will likewise star in this show. However, in this show she is the job of female number 4, and female number 4 can be supposed to be generally peripheral concerning the person. Contrasted in some of Chen Yuki's past assets, it tends to be seen that the downsize is hard to miss. In the beyond couple of years, Chen Yuki has a moderately solid feeling of impressive skill. She has been joining the recording of new shows constantly, and a significant number of the male craftsmen she collaborates with are moderately famous, notable, and male divine beings. However, for such a long time, her prominence has not been high, and a significant number of the characters don't have two unmistakable qualities. On the off chance that they don't focus on it intentionally, netizens can't recollect what jobs she has played. According to netizens, regardless of whether she can't be the courageous woman in this show, she ought to be the subsequent female lead. On the off chance that she is diminished to the fourth female lead, there is compelling reason need to show up in this show. As of now, Chen Yuki shows to be communicated likewise incorporate Fuchu and Wenko featuring with Wang Hedi. The collaboration between the two was before Wang Hedi became famous. As of now, Wang Hedi's ubiquity has a specific capacity to convey dramatizations. On the off chance that this show can detonate, I accept that Chen Yuki can likewise foster her notoriety through her works. For entertainers, the perfect character is more significant. Numerous entertainers and groups are extremely knowing while picking scripts. Regardless of whether there are not many works, they can ensure that every show is an excellent one. Chen Yuqi is a female craftsman brought into the world during the 90s. Among the female specialists of a similar period, she has likewise grown generally well. Dili and Yangzi have a place with the people who have forever been extremely well known, and have kept on yielding works, and set a large portion of their focus on it concerning television dramatizations. Among the female craftsmen brought into the world during the 90s, Zhou Duangai want to be the most popular. She is the most youthful of the three gold entertainers. In the beyond couple of years, she has placed all her attention on motion pictures and accomplished noteworthy outcomes. There are additionally entertainers including Li Qin, Li Yedong, and so on, who are in a similar state as Chen Yuqi. They have been shooting for a long time, however the prevalence has never been high. However, they additionally enjoy many benefits. They are frequently famous with passers-by, on the grounds that they typically don't have the foggiest idea how to publicity and market, and possibly plug when their works are communicated. I couldn't say whether Chen Yuqi is the fourth female number this time. Shouldn't something be said about the strain to take on the show?